Fascar viewers, welcome to Nashville Super Speedway for Fascar's $20 cash prize late model race. I'm Camden Robertson. I'll be one of your broadcasters tonight. Alongside me in the booth will be Joshua Rarick, also our race controller for the evening. Josh, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hey guys, welcome out. We are at Nashville Super Speedway. It's a night race. This is going to be a great run. There's $20 on the line to the winner, and we've already got our guys throwing down their qualifying laps. That hot lap right now being set by number 5, driven by Dylan Basin at 32.97. But don't count the other guys out just yet. The 33 is right there even with him, and third place is only 1/100th of a second behind. So this is going to be a close race.
Yeah, and speaking of, we got a bunch of guys in the field tonight. We have guys like Christopher Main, Ryan Catalano, both who I think held the fastest lap in practice. Chris Main was on the top of the leaderboard probably for 30 minutes or so towards the end.
Yes, yeah, he was. He held the fastest lap. John Holiday came in, set a fast lap real quick, and then Christopher Main, it took him a little while to figure out the line, but he caught up to him and passed him, and then Catalano came in, and it only took him about 5 minutes to figure out that line with that late model, just putting it through the paces in 3 and 4 and getting that run out of the 3 and 4 to gain that extra few hundredths of a second.
Yeah, and it looks like drivers right now are gonna be gridding up for heat race number 1 here at Nashville. A couple of guys in this field we're already seeing is Dylan Basin. I believe he held the pole in qualifying. He came out of nowhere. I didn't even know he was here. He had just stunned us. He set the fastest lap in qualifying. But we also have guys like Rob Higgs, Christopher Main, Tim Duggar, guys that we also saw running practice laps who I wouldn't be shocked if one of them take it home. I mean, it is a 5-lap heat here at Nashville, but 5 laps at Nashville is a long race.
I'm trying to figure out who we've got on a lap right now to get my camera on them. Oh, wait a minute. I know how to do that.
All right, we're going to go ahead and follow Dylan Basin as he'll follow the pace truck out of pit road. Looks like we're fielding 11 drivers here in Heat 1 on the inside row. In row 1, we'll have Dylan Basin. Starting to the outside of him will be number 88, Dylan Dixon. Starting in row 2, we'll have Tyrell James and Nathan E. Johnson. Filling out row 3, we'll have Steven Segers and Dustin Mumberka. In row 4, we'll have Rob Higgs and Christopher Main, 2 guys who really could steal the heat race here tonight. Moving into the next row, we have Tim Duggar, Austin Beers, and rounding out the field is Tim Sikarski. That is a pretty stacked field.
Looking forward to this first heat race. Couple quick rules to go over while we're under the caution lap leading up to the start of the race. Once you enter turn 3, please do not scrub your tires when we are 1 to green.
All right, Joshua.
Maintain your line until after the start-finish line on the start. The initial start is controlled by iRacing. There will be no cautions during this heat race. If you get spun out, you have 5 seconds to get your car moving and in the right direction of travel, or we'll remove you from the track. If you attempt to wait on the side of the track to spin somebody else out, we'll pull you out before that happens. So we do ask that you keep it clean, keep it gentlemanly, race hard. You have limited tires, as in none. You do not need to pit for fuel. So run this lap.
All right, pace truck has dropped down into pit road. The flagger's going to throw the green here. And the green is out.
Woo-wee. Dylan Basin got a big jump there. Got the 88 closing in behind him, Daniel Dixon. Tyrell James in 3rd place there in the 9 car. This is going to be an interesting race. 5 laps, as fast as they can run them. No pit stops, no cautions. Nothing but pure mayhem.
Yeah, and we've already seen a couple moves as Nathan, he just got passed here by Steve Segers for the 4th position. And once again, I believe the top 5 drivers will be advancing.
A little contact there, about halfway back through the field.
And these drivers, they're going to drive their heart out here in this first heat. They're going to try to They're going to try to qualify for this main event. And it might get a little dicey. I don't know. We're going to see how they run it. Nashville's a really tough track, especially when you put the tire wear on these late models.
Right. right? And these cars are so evenly matched that it literally comes down to driver error. You have to make the guy in front of you make a mistake, or you just don't get the place, because the car, it's not going to get a big run. There's not enough speed on them to really get a huge draft. You do get a little bit of pull on that back straightaway, but not enough to get a huge run. Even if you get a run on somebody, you're only going to make half a car coming into the turn. And at that point, then you're going to muscle your way past them. So I wouldn't be surprised to see some door banging before these are over tonight.
Now, honestly, a driver who has really shocked me so far is Christopher Main. He's dropped back to 9th place. He qualified, I believe, in row 4. He might be finding himself in the consolation.
Kinda doesn't look too good for him or for Rob Higgs. Rob Higgs back there in 7th in the number 4 car. Let's go on board with him and take a look and see what he can see. Get his roll bar cam up there. He is pushing that car. He just can't get any room. There's just no room.
Well, that's the thing about Nashville. It's a real tight track, especially when you get this pack together. And when you consider the exit off of 4, that wall comes up on you real quick, Rick. I mean, these drivers, I believe they're taking it easy right now. I mean, they don't want to risk their chance of not qualifying in this main event tonight, and I honestly do not blame them.
Oh, they better hammer down. It's 1 to go. It's go time now.
It is 1 to go, fellas. 1 to go.
Oh, look here. We got some action up front. Got Dylan Blasek and Daniel Dixon duking it out for first place. It looks like Dixon just put the moves on him. That 88 just got the underside.
Absolutely, and Dixon's going to take Heat 1. He is going to qualify first in this main event. Tonight it's going to be 35 laps in Nashville,
Mr.
fellas.
Dixon. Appreciate you guys racing in Heat 1. Those of you qualified will move on to the main event. Those of you who do not, stick around, because after the rest of the heats, we do have a consolation race, which will move 4 people into the main event. All right, we're getting ready for heat number 2.
Excellent.
Go ahead and make sure that you guys understand the rules again. We want to keep it clean. There are no cautions, so keep it clean. Let's not spin each other out. If you do spin out, go ahead and get your car rolling again. You got 5 seconds to get moving before we pull you off the track. Make sure that we maintain our lane when we're in caution lap coming around to the 1 to green. Make sure we maintain our lane. You can scrub your tires all the way up to the entrance of turn 3. Scrub them in your lane or the lane that's empty next to you. Don't scrub into the other lane of travel. And then once the green flag drops, hold your line until you cross the start-finish line. We'll get a nice, clean race. Let's get these 5 laps over with. All right, who do we have in here?
We have Justin Roth and Anthony Bledsoe in row 1. It looks like the 54 of Anthony Bledsoe is going to be starting on the outside. This field appears to be 11 deep. It's going to go Justin Roth, Anthony Bledsoe, Adam Brady, Gio Turpin, Ryan Catalano, and Eli Minnick both joining us for heat number 2. Lonnie Buttry, Lewis Ansell, and Luke Wiggins. And Justin Roth's going to take the green flag for heat number 2.
Let's give a big shout out to Ryan Catalano and Top It Off Hot Sauce. Top It Off Hot Sauce is who sponsored this late model series. So we're in the Fascar Top It Off Hot Sauce late model series now. And Ryan Catalano owns that company and was gracious enough to sponsor our first season for us.
Absolutely.
There he is, 4th place in that 92, pushing up the inside of the 54 there. I'm looking for him to score big for Patriot Racing tonight.
Absolutely. And speaking of drivers within Fascar, let's go on board with Anthony Bledsoe, and let's just look as this field weaves out and how chaotic it truly can get here at Nashville. And Rick, me and you both know firsthand.
Oh, look, they're 3 wide. 3 wide for 4th place back there with Catalano caught in the middle between the 3 and the 84. And they're back to 2 wide. That cost Catalano some time on that front pack.
And Catalano into the 84 of Gio Turpin.
84, a little door banging action there.
And that's what we were expecting.
Yeah, they're running that diamond formation coming down along the start-finish line there through the tri-oval. Looks like Catalano might have gotten a little bit of a boost there.
And the 84 is probably not too happy with Catalano currently. I mean, he's dropped a position. He's got the number 4 of Eli Minnick
He's
on his
about
tail.
to drop another position to the number 3 car going into this turn if he doesn't get this push from Eli Minnick.
And look at Eli Minnick taking the front of that car up under the back of the 84.
Send him.
Oh, and Eli Minnick is sideways. Eli Minnick is sideways. He's back around. He's gonna, looks like, finish out this heat. But oh my lord, if I was Eli Minnick, I'd have something to say to him in the pits.
So angry. There's gonna be a fight in the pits later, I'll bet you.
Oh yeah, that was a dirty move. That was a dirty move.
That put him 6 seconds back now off the lead. That was a hard hit.
And it looks like Justin Roth is going to take the white flag with Anthony Bledsoe on the inside.
Oh, Bledsoe's on the inside. He's got a little bit of a run. He's a quarter car ahead of him.
And the white flag's out.
Oh, they're door banging.
They're door banging, and Bledsoe takes the final.
And look back here in 5th place and 6th place. You got the 3 and the 84 side by side coming into turn 1 and 2. They're hugging close. 54 and 75 button doors up there coming out of the turns. Oops, looks like he's got the run. Justin Rock's got the run on the outside.
But Bledsoe's got the inside.
Coming through 3 and 4. But that inside line is the fast line through 3 and 4 in these cars.
It looks like Anthony Bledsoe is gonna take the checkered flag.
He does.
He's gonna qualify the pole. Excuse me, he's gonna qualify 2nd. Anthony Bledsoe.
Mr. Bledsoe, nice win. Had a little bit of door banging action going on there. That was a great heat race, guys. Thanks for the good, clean racing. All right, we're getting on to heat number 3. Heat number 3, guys. Again, the same rules apply. Don't scrub your tires after the entrance to turn 3. Please don't bump anybody under caution. Please hold your line until after you cross the start-finish line. We should be 2 by 2. And, man, I hope we have another clean heat race, guys. This is great.
Oh, yeah, Rick. But, I mean, to be in Eli Minnick's shoes right now, I think I would be really upset.
Yeah, I think I would too. You know, why don't we bring him up here for an interview? Can you get to him where you're at?
Yeah, but I was thinking you go ahead and you talk to him first, so we make sure that he's not currently heated right now. We don't want to interrupt his bubble.
Alrighty then. I'll tell you what, we'll pull him up. Let's pull him up after the main tonight and talk to him about this heat. That was going to be some interesting stuff there.
That was really his chance to get into this main feature tonight. And the thing is, now does it boil down to a consolation race? I mean, depending on where he finished last in that heat race.
Now this guy, Mr. Holiday, was my personal pick to run strong tonight, but he didn't perform that well in qualifying.
No, he did not.
I'm wondering if he might have let out of the throttle a little bit.
Oh, yeah, and then we got guys like Scott McLean, Travis Hydar taking row 1, but John Holiday is going to be starting on the inside of row 3 tonight. And the green flag looks like it's going to fly here. And that's going to be the start of heat number 3. These heats have run pretty clean. The 00, he is already trying to make moves.
He is pushing.
John
Holiday back and forth in that 38 car. And Scott McLean running at 58. He's in the middle there, kind of almost went 3 wide. But it looked like that car behind him couldn't quite get the run to catch his tail. And it looks like he's got the run coming into turn 3 and 4, but can he hold it through that high line without losing a spot? Oh, man, almost close. From contact.
Holiday got real close.
There's the bump. He's loose.
Oh, he's taking the inside.
That's how you get the place right there. Just bump them, get them loose. Don't wreck them. Just shake them up a little bit.
Absolutely. And you're going to see the key coming up here into turn 3 is there's a groove at the bottom of the track. If you can hook your left wheel around that groove, it helps you on exit. But are any of these guys going to take that?
There comes that 58 making the move down low. He's going to take first place right there, and I think he'll hold that through that turn. I don't think that high line's quite fast enough to catch him. These boys don't realize that even though it feels like a super speedway, this doesn't work like Talladega or Daytona where the outside line just gets the big run.
That crossover move just came in handy for the 11. He's going to take the 58 to the inside. Travis Hydar is risking it tonight. He said, I want that $20 prize. Oh, and the 58's in the wall.
58's in the wall. And now he's going to drop back to third, maybe even fourth. Looks like he's going to drop to fourth coming out of turn
Holiday
4
wants
here.
it. John Holiday.
Oh, he's rubbing doors. Look at him side draft that late model around that turn 3 and 4. Good night. He is on him.
And let's just pan back and just kind of check out what's going on. Andrew Wiggins, we saw him get loose coming out of 2 earlier. He hit the wall. Looks like he's kind of dragging in the back here in 7.
Take a look from John Holiday's cockpit here to see what he's seeing. He is right on the back of this driver in front of him. That'd be Jonathan Jurgensen. Holiday's back up to third.
Absolutely.
And I mean, he is on him, just hammered down. They're halfway through.
But check out John's his placement with the wheel here. The key in these late models is too much movement on that wheel is going to burn your tires up. But Holiday, he's holding it pretty
It's going to slow you down,
steady.
but he's holding it pretty smooth.
He's holding it.
And he's got that entrance to turn 1 down pat.
It's very impressive, but this is the final lap, so we're going to see who can take the checkered here.
Is he going to bump him? Oh, is he going to bump him? He's on him. Is he going to tag him and get him? He bumped him.
They're wrecking.
They're wrecking.
He spun for the. Oh my Lord! And Jonathan Jurgensmeyer is gonna take that from the middle of the pack. He just had his car in the spot to win that heat. I mean, hey, it was perfect timing.
Let's go back and take a look at that. I've got that. Well, I had that replay pulled up, but it automatically booted me to the next session. I was going to watch that from above, but it's booted us out. So we'll get on to the consolation lap. And this was 8 laps, correct?
Yes, Josh. And, we've had 5-lap heats so far. And how do you think these drivers are doing just to these first 5 laps?
That's going to be crucial to how they finish.
Exactly.
All right, guys, welcome to the consolation race. You are 1 lap to green. Please follow the same rules that we've laid out for the other races. There will be no cautions. You have 8 laps to go. And the top 4, I believe, are going to move to the main event tonight. So let's get this consolation race underway, and we'll see you guys at the end. Now, am I wrong in seeing some of our leaders in the consolation race?
That's what I'm a little confused about.
Something went kind of funny there with iRacing.
That is. Well, I guess we're gonna have 8 laps of consolation with.
Is this everybody?
No.
No, this is only 15 drivers. So what? The bottom 15? I thought Bledsoe won one.
I'm not seeing Bledsoe, but I do see Eli Minnick. I see Christopher Main, but I do believe they both did not finish in the top 5.
They both lost. Okay, Ryan Catalano as well.
Okay, well, it looks like Nick Anglis is going to. Oh, excuse me, Dustin Momberkit is going to take the green flag. And that was an excellent jump on the high side there. He did it real well.
Okay, there we go. My list just updated. Oh, we have a crash.
Oh my Lord!
Now collects 4 and sends them into the wall.
Oh no! The 16 car of Dust. Excuse me. That was wild. Panning back, it looks like Andrew Wiggins is in the front. He was the guy in the, I believe, heat number 2, hit the wall. And
looks
he
like
drove
Rob
back.
Higgs got out of that okay. He's there in 4th place. Or was in 4th place. Now he's moved back to 7th. So we still have 7 cars on this lap. That took out half the field.
That was quite the wreck. I mean, that took out Rob Higgs, Lewis Ansell, Christopher Main, Lonnie Buttry. But we still have a little, Andrew Wiggins is holding it pretty well. I don't even think he started in row 1. Honestly, that high side was just working for him.
It was working. There goes the 3 trying to go high. He doesn't understand you can't go high on that line going into 1 and 2. You just won't get the run. You got to stay low like that right there. Get down under them, and then bump them a little bit. Get
Oh,
them a
they're
little
3
nervous.
wide heading into 3. It looks like they're going to settle down a little bit.
There's a little bit of a bump and run.
Yeah, Travis Hydar and Luke Wiggins got into it there, the number 16 and the number 11.
Oh, that number 3 car might. Oh, if the 11 hangs him out to dry, he won't, but he might get a little bit of a run down the backstretch here with 3 of them lined up like that. Nope, close the door. Good job there closing that door. Late model action at its finest.
These drivers are flying down the back straightaway.
They really are. Coming into 3, they line back up single file. The 51 car leading, the 11 car right behind him with Travis Hydar at the wheel, Luke Wiggins in the 16, and then the number 3 car, Nick Anglis. Although he shows as 95.
Oh, the 16 going to try a crossover on Nick Anglis? Oh, and it looks like it's going to work.
He might get it. I don't think he has the run. If he'd have got into that throttle a little sooner and got him a little loose, I think he would have gotten that.
Now, driving the number 16 is Luke Wiggins. You think Andrew Wiggins and Luke Wiggins might be kin?
It might be somebody that knows somebody there.
Well, let's see how they're going to do it.
Ooh, the 51 and the 3 there. The 95 car make contact.
Now, if you look, Eli Minnick looks like he is trying to make some moves. He's pushing.
He's back up to 5th, and he's less than a second off the leader.
He's pushing.
Got to give him credit for that. That was quite the comeback after getting spun out on lap 1. 3 to go. Here they come, single file down through the Geico restart zone and back around to the start-finish line. It's still Travis Hydar, then Nick Anglis, Andrew Wiggins, Luke Wiggins, and Eli Minnick make out your top 5. Mason Hawk 2, new guy to Fascar, is 5 seconds behind the leader. Looks like Eli's starting to drop off now. He's back to a second behind. I don't think he's going to make that up, and he really needs to get that next place in order to move on out of the consolation.
It looks like Travis Hydar is going to take the white flag.
Eli's going to have to really overdrive this corner in order to get under that 16, and he's going to have to make his move right here.
But the 3 is on Hydar's rear. He looks like he's going to try to make a move below.
That could be a move getting made. He's not satisfied with getting into the main event. He wants to take out the leader and get in. Good.
The 3's going to have to hold it low. The 11's going to come down on him.
I think the 3's going to take it. They're going to fight for the checkered. It is almost a photo finish, but it looks like
the 11.
Looks like the 11 takes it by a nose. What a finish.
The 11 of Hydar, he squeezed it out, and that is going to be a 100th of a second gap, and they're not happy. They are not happy with each other. They are beating and banging. Guys, remember, we got to keep those late models intact.
Race, guys. Remember to keep your cars intact. We still have the main event to get to. The main event is going to be a lot of fun. 35 laps. There will be admin-controlled cautions. However, those cautions will only come out if there is an incident serious enough to block the track and make it dangerous to other drivers. So please, let's keep this one clean as well. We're going to follow the same rules as we have in the heat races. We'll get on to those in just a minute.
And looks like we're going to have a 24-car field. And Eli Minnick did budge his way in.
Very good, very good.
They had to consolate, 9 more drivers. So I guess the top 9 from that event has moved on. We only ran 3 heats.
All right, let's see. Who is our top driver in this
It looks like it's going to be Daniel Dixon on the pole after he took heat number 1.
I'm having trouble pulling his camera up here. There we go. We'll get on the number 5 of Dylan Basin. All right, guys, same rules apply. Please make sure you don't scrub your tires after the entrance to turn 3 on starts and restarts when we're 1 to green. If we do go under caution, please run the low line single file so that the lucky dog can get his lap back safely if there happens to be one, and so the cars can get back into position in the grid where they need to be. Also, make sure you hold your line after the green flag drops until the start-finish line. The initial start will be on iRacing. Should we go under caution, restarts will be on the leader. You have no tires in the pits. You have no need to stop for fuel. This is 35 laps of pedal-to-the-metal action. But let's please keep this race clean. See you gentlemen at the finish line.
And in this main event, Rick, I would just like to point out that it appears that Daniel Dixon did not make the start of the race. I'm not sure what happened on pit road, but that driver was not able to get his car out on the track. Possibly some issues that carried over. And it looks like Anthony Bledsoe and Jonathan Jurgensmeyer are going to be in control here. Now, we have 35 laps.
And we're green. 35 laps. Looks like they're starting to string out on the bottom line a little bit. They're moving to the top. They are 4 wide back in the back. 4 wide going through. They're getting door banging action. Oh my goodness, nobody spun out of that. 4 wide. Holy cow.
They're still 3 wide on the backstretch.
They're still 3 wide.
But the key is position off the start. And they are.
It really is.
They're pushing it. They are pushing it.
$20 cash prize money at stake in this race tonight. Brought a lot of people to the field and brought a solid field of competitors. Man, this is just some really good racing too.
And let's go on.
We got a car around in the back.
There's 3 of them in the top, and I don't know.
Who was that? I'm trying to get to who it was.
Christopher Main looks like he's involved. Luke Wiggins. It looks like they've cleared the track up, so we're going to have the green flag still rolling.
Looks like Andrew Wiggins is out.
But just looking here in 7th place is Jonathan Jurgensmeyer, and they are pushing it in the middle of the pack.
They really are. Man, look at the front of this pack. 3 wide. Oh man, what a move from the middle lane down underneath, and the 75 goes high. Wow.
They are risking it tonight. They want that prize money.
They want that money. Somebody need a new iRacing track.
Let's just look at these cars as they pan down the front stretch. Listen to those late model machines roar. Heading into turn 1, and you can see these drivers each have a different line, you know, and that's a different braking line, a different lift line.
Oh, man, we got 3 bumper to bumper coming down the back stretch there on the low line.
Yeah, that looks like
and
that's
first place, second place, third place, 3 wide again with a 4th one pushing up on the bottom line.
And Ryan Catalano in the 92 machine, he does not want to be stuck there on the high side. It looks he's just and we got John Holiday shot sideways.
Oh man.
Man, they're getting into it tonight. They are getting into it.
Man, they are. Door banging action. Look at them, 3 wide through turn 1 and 2 in 2 different places. 3 different places, 3 wide, almost 4 wide. These guys are pedal to the metal.
And these guys do not know what take it easy means. They are pushing it. As we're crossing over onto lap 6.
Wound out.
And the 35, or excuse me, the 25
of Steve
Seggers.
Split. He just lost 3 places, 4 places, maybe 5. Oh, a little more contact, and he turns
they're wrecking. They're wrecking, and they're stuck high.
They're stuck high in the track.
That's going to be Ryan Catalano.
Ryan Catalano in the 92 there. Looks like they got the track cleared, and they're rolling.
You're going to see Christopher Main. Here comes Christopher Main. He says he's sticking it out. That late model's a little bit beat up tonight, but he's hoping for a caution.
Got John Holiday back here in the 38. Beautiful looking car. Back in 7th place. Trying to catch up to the 95 of Nick Anglis. And Nick Anglis is steadily banging on Jonathan Jurgens. Man, what a race. I mean, this is what you buy tickets to the short track for. You don't expect to come to Nashville and see this at the Super Speedway. You expect to see this across the street at the fairgrounds.
But we can thank the engineers over at Fascar for delivering these ultimate late model setups for Nashville Super Speedway tonight. Sponsored by Top It Off Hot Sauce.
TopItOffHotSauce.com, the official hot sauce of Fascar.
Let's just sit here and see. It looks like Steve Seggers in the 25. He's off the track. Adam Brady's off the track. And Don
Justin Rott just got passed by Dylan Basin.
Ryan Catalano, he lost a ton of time there. I mean,
yeah, he's dropping back pretty far. He's in 18th. He's 20 seconds off the lead. I don't think he can make that up in just 26 laps.
I don't think so. And even look at guys like Christopher Main, someone who is probably favored to win here tonight. He's over 14 seconds off of Dylan Basin.
That just goes to show you can't control what happens in these late models. It's going to be door banging action.
Talk about moving up the field, though. Anthony Bledsoe is on a roll. He is trying to pass Dylan Basin, but the thing is, you get stuck behind these cars, and you got to worry about who's coming behind you.
He's back up to second. And there's the 3 and the 58, door banging just a little bit, almost touching, coming into 1.
See, but that's a prime example of what I was just talking about, Rick. The 75's taking advantage of that battle.
Gaining a spot.
Absolutely. And that's what it's going to take going here tonight.
I think Bledsoe might have tapped Basin's quarter panel there coming out of turn 4.
Absolutely. Talk about moving back up. Eli Minnick's on a roll. He is slowly climbing. He's now... Eli Minnick's now 2 seconds off the pace.
8th place.
But look how close these guys are. I mean,
yes, sir,
7 of them within 3/10 of each other. I mean, this is racing. This is late model racing. This is Fascar.
I think Ryan Catalano may have a little bit of a problem with race control back there 22 seconds back. He was aggravated that a caution flag didn't come out.
Well, around Fascar, you know, they tend to be a little strict on the caution rules. They do not want to throw a caution if the track can get cleared up before the leaders come back around. And it was a two-car spin out into the high wall. But Bledsoe, he's done made the move. He's up there in first place. Dylan Basin is not going to give it up, though. Just look at Dylan Basin.
Look at him pushing.
He's pushing. He's going to...
he's gonna spin Bledsoe if he keeps that up. Oh, Bledsoe got it. He's gonna cut his nose.
But these guys are only on lap 13, Rick, and just look at the competition so far. You can't beat the late model racing. You really can't beat it. And just let's just go on board with Anthony Bledsoe in his cockpit. Let's just see.
Oh, look at this. Dylan Basin's on him. He's got him on the low side. He might take him in this turn.
Look how tight he is inside the cockpit here. I mean, you were pinched.
There he goes. Dylan Basin back out in the front as the leader.
But see the run that Anthony Bledsoe gets when he runs that high line off of 1 and 2. It helps him, but it looks like Basin's going to cut him off here, but does Bledsoe do the classic? Oh, he can't. He can't. The 3 is down low.
He's chopped off. There's no crossover coming there. Bledsoe just got pushed back to 3rd place. And it looks like the 3 might take advantage of that fight and pull out the lead right here. Is there going to be some door banging? They're back in the throttle coming out of 4. Looks like Basin's still holding the lead. Bledsoe's pushing him. I mean, he is up under that car. That car's got to be so loose right now.
And the one Canadian in the field, Tyrell James, he's trying to catch Eli Minnick as Eli Minnick's trying to catch this pack. But these drivers got a long ways to go. Looks like they're about a second or 2 off of the main pack right now. Eli Minnick, he's actually been moving down. He's only a second and a half now. Earlier he was around 2 seconds off of the pack. But is Eli Minnick on a strategy here? Josh, is he trying to save more than the guys up front like Dylan Basin and Anthony Bledsoe? They've been pushing it these entire 16 laps so far.
But I mean, 35 laps on these tires at this track, that's nothing. These tires don't even come in till lap 20, 23.
Man, these,
so
they're pinching too.
Oh man, they are
close.
They are leaning on each other's doors going through these turns. This is just some great racing action. This is what you want to see.
Speaking of a guy who we honestly figured would do quite well, Travis Haidar.
Oh, we got cars coming out of the pits, cars going into the pits.
They got a little bit of damage to fix, maybe.
To fix.
But Travis Haidar, he's running in 12th place right now. He ran really good in the heat race until he got wrecked out. He did get wrecked out coming to the line. That hurt his chances pretty good, but he's running 12th right now. We'll see where he can finish. He's up 4 spots from the starting grid. But check out Nick Anglis. He gridded in 17th.
And look at where he's at, leading the race.
He's in first place. He has moved up 16 spots. That's our biggest move of the day, brought to you by Top It Off, hotsauce.com. And you got to give him props. You got to give him props for that. That in a track full of skilled drivers.
Did that caution not come out?
I do not believe any caution has came out so far.
I clicked on it. They said a car was upside down on the track. I didn't see it.
I have not seen a car upside down, but we could be wrong. Ryan Catalano is sitting in pit road. He must have had some damage to take care of. Let's see what's going on.
I think my caution.
Oh, there is a car upside down. Nathan E. Johnson upside down on the front stretch. That's what it was.
Caution still didn't come out. Cautions are off.
Okay, well, they still should be able to come out.
That or my commands not working.
That's some race control difficulties.
Door banging at the front. 15 to go.
And Rarick, just to give you a little race control tip, exclamation yellow is the command you're probably looking for there.
I have a button set for that.
Typical race control difficulties when it comes to these events. Dylan Basin, he's made his way back up. He passed Nick Inglis, passed Anthony Bledsoe. But Anthony Bledsoe in that Monster Energy late model looking beautiful tonight. He is pushing it. He's going to try to get himself back up there.
Little contact there, crossing the line.
That was a little bit scary there for Anthony Bledsoe. And you saw the jerk of that wheel. He wants to make sure he's here till the end. These guys are about to start pushing it.
Yep, they're pushing for that $20 cash prize. I mean, it's on the line. They're now more than halfway, 14 laps to go, and they are just door banging for that lead. They know whoever gets the lead and can hold it, that's going to put that cash in their pocket. Problem is, nobody seems to really be able to solidly hold it the last half of this race.
Yeah, it's the car's starting to get a little crazy on him. Yeah, Bledsoe and Basin, they have really been battling tonight, and I think they're both going to try to get around Nick Inglis here.
I think they're going to work together. They both realize that if they work together, they get more done. And there's the run.
You would think they're drafting. I mean, they are pushing it. You would think this is Talladega in some aspects. We've seen cars pushing each other all night long in these late models, pushing them to the max.
Ooh, that got
Bledsoe got real loose right there.
I think Basin took a shot from Nick Anglis down low. Bledsoe's now making the move on Basin with Anglis. Oh, Bledsoe takes a panel to the door. And now Basin's pushing Anglis, and he's going to try to get the run low on Anglis going into the turn. Is he going to cut his nose off and get spun? Nope, he's going to clear it just barely.
Just barely, but Bledsoe's back in the run now. I do believe that Basin had to let off a little bit. You can see that from how Bledsoe has no chill. He's pushing him, and he is wanting to get back up there. And Bledsoe says, do not slow me down.
Eli Minnick has crawled back up to under a second off the leader there, or right at a second.
And he is right on Justin Roth's tail.
I don't think he can make up a full second in the amount of time left just because stuff is so close. Oh, lap car tangled up with the number 3.
Oh, and they're
Oh,
wrecking.
and we
They're
got a
wrecking
wreck.
bad.
All right.
He's done. That is Nick Anglis. They're all over the track. They are all over the track. Nick Anglis, Nick Anglis, Tyrell James, the Canadian driver. Fascar throwing a yellow, it looks like. The caution flag is gonna come out for that one. We're gonna be grouping the field back up. Oh my lord,
right,
that
drivers,
was crazy.
We're going to be grouping the field back up. Make sure we check up and don't run through each other. 10 laps to go.
And Josh, can you just give us a rundown of what happened there?
I am looking back through footage now to see what happened there. Oh, and I said that over race control.
Hey, it happens. We know we get our channels mixed up. The caution flag's out.
Previous crash.
Dylan Basin, he's going to be in first, followed by Anthony Bledsoe. But now this is where it gets interesting, Rick, because Dylan Basin is going to be in control with the Geico restart zone here tonight at Nashville Super Speedway. And we're going to be coming down to, looks like 7 laps
Looks
to
like
go
the
for
lap
green.
car. So the 15 got into the 11 car, and the 58 ended up coming up and hitting him, just nailed him.
Yeah.
You know, there's just nothing they could do there. We'll rewind it and watch it one more time. There he goes. Actually, the 11 car dinged off the 15, and then the 58 came up.
Oh, and that was just a tough hit into the wall.
Just a tough hit.
Oh, but look at Tyrell James. He couldn't do nothing there. He tried to slow it down, and wasn't much he could do. Back on board with the pace truck. These drivers are going to slowly be pacing around Nashville, thinking, what am I going to do next? How am I going to survive to this finish? How am I going to get the checker is really what Dylan Bason's saying. He wants that money tonight, but so does Anthony Bledsoe in that 54 machine.
I think it's safe to say that every driver in the field wants it. Here comes our lucky dog.
Absolutely, but John Holiday, he's still hanging on there in 4th place. He's going to be starting.
He's going to be a contender now. He will be a contender.
And we've had a couple guys wreck out tonight. I would say over half the field has been involved in some sort of accident. And we got a couple. 11th down is a lap down. I mean, just from these cautions tonight, it looks like Tyrell James might get the lucky dog here. He was involved in that accident, though, but if the yellow was out beforehand, I believe he would still get it. Let's check out what Christopher Main's doing here. He's done entered pit road. And is his race over? Is he going to be able to get back out there? Guess we'll find out shortly, but looks like running off this 10-car field that still remains on the lead lap is going to be Dylan Basin, Anthony Bledsoe.
We should be 1 to green at this point, should we not?
I think they're going to go 1 to green.
Yep, there go the pace lights. Pace lights, or no? I can't tell if the truck lights are off.
They are on. I believe they're going to be going 1 to green here at the line. Dylan Basin, followed by Anthony Bledsoe, Jonathan Jurgensmeyer, John Holiday back into the mix, Justin Rott, Eli Minnick, Andrew Wiggins, Gio Turpin, Mason Hawk, and Brent Benedict be fielding the top 10. It looks like they're going to be going 1 to green, Josh.
All right, gentlemen, we are 1 to green. Please remember to hold your line until after the start-finish line. There will be 6 laps to go.
All right, the pace lights are going to be off. We're going to be 1 to green. When the pace truck comes back around, it'll be dipping below the pits. Dylan Basin is going to be in command of the field tonight on this, hopefully the last caution, the only caution of the race.
This restart If this goes green, this restart will determine who takes home the prize.
I 100% agree. If Dylan Basin can get his car out there, he can win this $20 cash prize tonight. But Anthony Bledsoe is going to make sure he's in the mix. But let's look at guys like Eli Minnick, who are on a huge run there after spinning out earlier or being involved in an incident earlier. And he's going to be
They
starting
all
in 6th
now
place.
have a chance. They all have a chance to get it now. It changes everything.
It really does with these 10 guys still competing on the lead lap. But I think Eli Minnick truly will be a guy to watch here on this restart. But Dylan Basin and Anthony Bledsoe, they've been running it well all night. They've been fighting all night, but they've kept it clean, Merrick.
I'll give props to Catalano and Maine being out there 3 and 6 laps down respectively. All right, we are 1 to green.
And Dylan Basin is in control of the restart. He'll be able to go once he gets inside of that Geico restart zone.
There he goes.
Dylan Basin takes the green flag.
He got the launch on the top line. He takes the green flag, and let's see how this shakes out to the end here.
Eli Minnick already making moves to the bottom. We got guys like John Holiday and Anthony Bledsoe stuck there on the high line. But Anthony Bledsoe's ran that high line pretty well all night long.
He has. He's managed to hold his own and stay in that top 5.
But Dylan Basin, he just got a 3/10 jump off that restart.
That's a big jump with only 5 to go. It's hard to make up 3/10 of a second in these cars.
Oh, yeah.
But look at Bledsoe just door drafting, side drafting hard off the 75.
And look how quick the front of this field is already separated. Justin Rott, he's bringing himself back into the mix. He's going to try to get to the inside.
Bledsoe got a bit of a run right there.
But that left room for Justin Rott down the backstretch. Justin Rott is... Oh, Anthony Bledsoe beat him. That high line really has worked for him tonight.
He's made it work. He's got 2 places to go to get that prize. 4 laps to get those 2 places. This is going to be tough, but it looks like he might have... I'm wondering if maybe he's got a little more tire than the other guys do. He seems to have a bit of a run. Not a fast one, but enough that over the next 3 laps, he could overtake these guys.
But
if he doesn't get caught up in a battle with Jonathan Juergens.
They are closing the gap on Dylan Basin. But that restart zone really did help Basin tonight. If he can get to victory lane, he has that restart zone to think.
If those 3 guys behind the leader would all get single file nose to tail, they could catch him in 1 lap and then duke it out. But if they keep fighting amongst themselves, they're going to hang, all 3 of them are going to hang themselves out to dry and end up getting outplaced by the guys behind them.
But Bledsoe's done brought it to within 2/10.
I think Bledsoe's got the tires.
Well, here it goes. Out of 3 and 4, they're going to take the white flag with Dylan Basin in front. He's led a lot of this main feature
there goes
tonight.
Bledsoe.
He's bumping him.
Turned him. He almost turned him.
And the white flag's going to come in the air at Nashville Super Speedway tonight. Anthony Bledsoe. Dylan Basin's going to go low for the block. Bledsoe said, I'll take it high. Bledsoe in the wall. Oh, but let's see how he can get this run coming off the stretch.
$20 on the line. Is he going to turn him? Is he going to turn him? He's on him.
He's moving high.
I think he made a mistake going high right there. We'll see if he can cross him over.
Pull the crossover off. Basin. Bledsoe to the inside.
There it comes. There it comes. Oh, he didn't turn him. Bledsoe's on the inside.
And Dylan Basin just survived. And Dylan Bason's going to take the checkered flag. Oh, my Lord. What a final lap. That was crazy. Some of these guys are not too happy with how this folded out. Dylan Basin is, though. I can tell you that. And let's go ahead and let's make sure we can get in contact with Dylan Basin to get him his $20 prize. Anthony Bledsoe, he tried his heart off. He tried. I thought he was going to get it there, but Basin had other plans.
Mr. Basin, good win. Excellent race, sir. If you will get with us in Discord, I'll get that link posted. We'll get your Cash App information or PayPal information. We'll get that $20 over to you.
And let's watch Dylan Basin burn it down tonight after winning this 35-lap feature. He truly has shocked everybody. He qualified the pole. He led Heat 1. He won Heat 1. He's in the pole for the main feature. Dylan Basin, he truly did well tonight. I would be extremely satisfied if I was him, especially after I get that prize money. But these guys have, this was a shocking race. It really was.
It was a great race. That was a lot of fun to
And
watch. Some real door banging action
speaking
from
of Josh,
Nashville
is
Super
Eli Minnick
Speedway.
still around?
Let me look and see.
If you wouldn't mind, if you could go ahead and hop down there into the
Let's see if
driver
I can
radio and
get him.
get in contact with him, and let's pull him up for a interview.
Yes, sir. Just join that Discord, and we'll get you in the voice channel, and we'll get you taken care of. All right, Eli Minnick. He is not still here.
Well, Eli Minnick,
he has already packed his trailer and driven off the track, so we will not be able to get him for an interview.
Speaking of, I do see Christopher Main down there, though. He was one of the favorites to win. Let's see if we can pull him up and just see how that wreck really hurt him, because Christopher Main did end up finishing a couple laps down. I feel
Yes, sir.
bad
We
for
are
him.
already in Discord.
I believe Christopher Main finished 5 laps down, 6 laps down. And I have never been more excited on a final lap. I don't think that was really intense. And Basin, he held it pretty well, especially on that final restart, jumping out. If he would not have gotten that 3/10 lead at the beginning, I don't think he would have been competing there at the end. All right, guys, let's go ahead and read off the official results brought to you by Top It Off Hot Sauce Company, brought to you by Ryan Catalano.
All right, guys, there's the link to the Discord.
The official
If you have any issues
Fascar
getting into the Discord, you can email me at fastcarleague@gmail.com.
In first place, we had Dylan Basin taking on the 35-lap main tonight. Justin Raw in second place. We had Anthony Bledsoe in third place. We had Jurgensen in fourth. Turpin in fifth. We had Hawk in sixth, someone who we honestly didn't know would be competing as well as he did. Benedict in seventh, Wiggins in eighth, Eli Minnick in ninth, John Holiday in 10th, Tyrell James in 11th, Ryan Catalano in 12th, Christopher Main 13th, McClan 14th,
Sorry
Anglis
about that,
15th,
I missed that. Can you say that again, sir?
Ansel 16th, Johnson 17th, Haidar 18th, someone who we thought was really going to compete tonight.
Oh, okay. I don't understand why you don't see it. It's there,
the rest of
but
the field just
Hold on.
ringing off there at the top. You guys can check it out, but we had a pretty competitive field tonight. I feel bad for some of these drivers who really showed up, tried to give it their all, and they unfortunately were involved in incidents that they just could not overcome. Just looking back, I mean, we had a couple incidents 5-10 laps in that some of these guys really couldn't recover from. Eli Minnick, though, he did an incredible job trying to recover that race car, especially after that heat race. He had to qualify through the consolation race. He made it in the consolation race.
Camden, can you post the link to Discord, please? They can't see my chat.
Absolutely, brother.
I appreciate it.
Let's go ahead and get this Discord link in for some of these guys. It's actually not letting me grab the link. I might have to. All right, I got it for him. All right, they should have the link right there, Josh. Is Christopher Main able to be pulled up there, Rick? He's actually out of here. I know we had Ryan Catalano, who was really upset about what was going on. We're gonna pull him in the booth real quick. Mr. Ryan Catalano, this is your broadcaster for this race tonight. We know you started off the heat race a little iffy. You made your way into the main event. How do you feel about that incident that occurred early on in the race? The Fascar officials did not throw the yellow flag. We heard you were upset about that over the driver radio. Can you just give us a little bit of a dive into that incident, how that unfolded?
Well, I didn't really see it. I was an innocent bystander, but yeah, I thought this should have been a caution because there was 2 cars up against the wall and about 4 or 5 drivers involved. Just innocent bystander and all that.
Yeah, and we understand your disappointment there. Something you definitely have to go through with the fast car officials, but you still tried your heart out. You had some really good laps in practice, some really good laps in the heat and in the main prior to that. So we thank you for coming out. We trying your all there, brother.
Oh, yeah, definitely a lot of fun. Yeah, just, wrong place, wrong time there. A couple guys got into each other, and, I was, just got taken out, because I was on the outside lane. Not really much I could do there, but yeah, still was a lot of fun.
Really tough competition tonight. We appreciate you coming up here and joining us in the booth for this interview, Ryan. You have a great evening, brother.
Yep, thank you, guys.
All right, who else do we get?
All right, our winner is in the skybox, Mr. Dylan Basin. Let's pull him up, and I can't seem to.
I doubt get him, brother. Let's move Dylan Basin up here and see if
for some reason it's not that I can't grab him. I just can't get up to the room to drop him in where we're at.
It's all right. Here we go. All right, what's up, Dylan Basin? You had a tremendous run tonight. You qualified the pole to start the event off. You led Heat 1 all the way through. Then you started your way into the main event. How do you feel about the start of this and the start of the race to the end of the race? It was really tough competition, especially you and Anthony Bledsoe. You guys were pushing each other all the way through. That final lap was crazy. But just give us a rundown from your perspective of how this race unfolded tonight in this main feature.
Yeah, man, I never really run late models at all, so this is kind of a different experience for me, especially at a track like this. I thought, be a little bit more tire wear towards the end, but it kind of just stayed the same from the beginning of the race, which was my experience with these cars. But it was fun. Definitely got me on my toes the whole time, especially Anthony right there.
Hey, it kept us on our toes in the booth the whole time too. We were shocked on that last lap. We thought one of you was going to get dumped. We didn't know who, but you both held off. So
that was a great race, man. I thoroughly enjoyed watching it. And it's definitely a learning experience for us. That's the first time I've worked race control with all the controls that I had tonight, and our first time, learning how to broadcast. So good experience for us all around. You had a first in late models. You had your first win in late models. We had a first in race control.
Cool, man. I just saw this in the Discord, and he said, "Why not? I'll run it. Ain't got much else to do," and had a pretty good time with it.
Yeah, brother. We appreciate you coming out tonight, showing the field what it's all about. We'll get you your prize money here momentarily, but we appreciate you coming out.
Whose Discord did we steal you from?
Bud Racing 88.
Okay, yeah, I follow Bud on Twitch. I've been watching him on Twitch since way before I got iRacing. I was still playing NR 2003 when I started watching him run.
Hey, let's it was great meeting you, Dylan. We look forward to hopefully having you on board again. You could be a very competitive driver around here. But let's see, is Rob Higgs down there? He had a lot of troubles early on, even from the heat race at the beginning. So let's pull Rob Higgs up. Let's see if he's got anything to say about his start and how this feature rolled out for him.
Tell him to use his words.
Oh, Lord. All right,
Mr. Higgs.
Oh, howdy.
Are you there? Howdy. It's the guys up in the booth, buddy. How you doing after that rough race?
A little upset.
I feel you, brother. I felt bad. I was watching as you got spun around there and torn up. I felt really bad.
Yeah, I watched the replay to see what happened. I'm like, yeah, there was nothing I could do. I saw it coming, and I was like, there's nowhere for me to go.
Yeah, you had no room to maneuver. And these cars, like we said before the race started, these cars are just so evenly matched that really the starts and the restarts are what's going to determine the end of the race, because if you don't get the jump with the lead pack with those first 4 or 5 cars, you're just never going to be able to be in contention for it. And that wreck just kind of ruined that for you.
Yeah, I felt like I had a good jump, and I saw him spinning the way he was coming off the wall. I'm like, this is not going to be good. I had nowhere to go, and I was like, car was toasted.
A lot of these races today, these heat races, this main feature, a lot of them had very close calls, and a lot of them ended up turning a wreck. But just take us through the start of the race, lap 1. How involved was the pack? How competitive was the pack starting off the jump? It looked crazy from our perspective up here in the booth.
Oh, it was definitely intense. Like everybody launched good. We were all trying to run, and as soon as that, I guess, guy up in the lead decided he wanted to come up high, and car above him wasn't having it, and nobody let up. He was spinning. I think we were all still flat out just hoping to drive through it.
Yeah,
because I didn't let up at all. Like I was like, either we're going to go through him or we're going by.
I think going into turn 1, we counted y'all 4 or 5 wide in multiple areas of the pack, and we were like, what is going on? And that was even in the mid pack. We were like, oh my lord. And in the front of the pack, they were 3 wide. This entire race they were pushing it all the way around.
There was somebody 3 wide just about the entire race.
Oh yeah, they were. Everybody was trying to get their position, and I saw a couple guys partner up a few times trying to push each other around the track, and they get a little distance, and then they were back to pushing each other, trying to
each
fight
other around.
Like, you guys could have just made it a 1-2 battle. You guys could have just kept running. No, we're back to fighting.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It was incredible though. We were glad to have you here at the track, Rob. We wish it would have worked out a little bit better for you in the end.
Yeah.
But hey,
yeah, I mean, I felt like I had a fast car in practice. I found the right groove, and I never got a chance to find it tonight.
Right.
Well, you'll definitely have the opportunity to showcase your skills during the Fascar season, but we appreciate you coming out, brother. We appreciate
Definitely
you running
fun,
hard.
guys.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it.
Well, you have a good one, brother.
We'll see you at the next race.
Yeah, we'll see you at the next one. We're going to see if we can pull Christopher Main in here. Let's see here. Mr. Christopher Main, are you with us, brother?
I'm here.
Welcome to the broadcast booth.
Just run us through. We know you were one of those cars wrecked pretty early on. The pack was crazy from the jump. 4 or 5 wide. Just give us a rundown of those first couple laps to your wreck and how that played out.
Oh man, from the time the green flag dropped, everybody was just on the throttle hard, and coming into turn 1, all I saw was our car doing a 360 in the air, and I was just hoping I was going to shoot under it and didn't make it. But other than that, even with some damage, the car was still pretty fast and felt pretty competitive until it got into another door banger there late in the race.
Yeah, we saw you still holding on there, and I was pretty shocked. You turned that late model around real quick, and later on you were involved in another incident, and hopefully that's not going to cost you too much there on your late model, but you were holding. You were definitely one of the favorites to win here tonight, and we're hoping we can see you in victory lane during the season. See you in victory lane again here shortly, hopefully, and we wish it would have worked out for you, brother. You were real competitive tonight, man.
Oh man, I appreciate it. Look, I was just I was more or less trying to get some experience riding around, and didn't push it too hard in the heat races. Got in through the consolation race, so man, it was just to take it in a little bit and get used to running with everybody.
Speaking of the consolation race, just for you guys who don't know that are watching, we run a couple heat races, and drivers that do not qualify in the automatic 5 to move on. We had 9 guys move up from the consolation race. Chris, give us a rundown of how competitive the consolation race is for those guys trying to hop in the top 9, trying to move on to the main event, and how stressful it can be coming down to those final laps.
Well, shoot, man, it's not even the final laps. I mean, it's basically an 8-lap sprint. tonight, and it all came down to how good of a start you got when the green flag fell. Those guys that started well, they were able to maintain up front, but if you got a little squirrely, or got out of the groove by racing somebody in the back, you just couldn't make up time. You were just hoping to hold on for a transfer spot.
Absolutely, man, and I'm glad you made it into the main. I wish it would have worked out better for you, but that consolation race, I would have been worried. I mean, I hate consolation race. You put me in the consolation race, I'm probably not moving on. I mean, it's real stressful. In that consolation race, those guys were pushing it too. I mean, you could argue they were doing what y'all were doing on lap 1 in the main feature.
Yeah, absolutely. They were just on the floor from the get go, and they several
Yeah,
of those laps I never
and
even had to lift. It was just
that's
throw
what
it
I'm
in there
saying.
and
You
hope it
track the
stuck.
telemetry on that. I guarantee you some of you guys did not lift during that consolation race. And you understood, you had the tires to burn during those 8 laps, but it was incredible, man. We enjoyed watching you in the field tonight. We wish we could have seen you make your way to victory lane, but an incredible run tonight, brother. We look forward to having you in a couple more races this season.
All right, guys. Thanks a lot. I'm looking forward to it.
Thank you much. Have a good night.
You do the same.
Yes, sir. Well, there you have it, folks. Fascar, top it off sauce, late models at Nashville Super Speedway. That was an awesome set of heats, awesome main, and what a great night at the track.
Yeah, absolutely, Josh. And before we just conclude it real quick, that final lap was incredible. I know we've said it enough now, but those guys were pushing it. They were pushing it all race, though. And the fact that they were still holding on that final lap, pushing it as hard as they were from the beginning, was incredible.
Bledsoe was just on them coming around that final lap. He was doing everything in his power to get around that car, and it just wasn't happening for him. It was a great lap. It was a lot of fun to watch, and I'm sure it was a lot of fun and a lot of tension to drive. I mean, as Maine mentioned, those heat races were no lift, all out, flat out, get what you can and get to the final mark.
Absolutely. Well, we appreciate you viewers for joining us tonight at Fascar. This late model series is brought to you by Top It Off Sauce, a hot sauce company created by Ryan Catalano, the official sponsor of Fascar. We look forward to more races sponsored by Top It Off Hot Sauce this season. We appreciate you guys for joining with us. Appreciate you for joining me in the booth tonight, Josh, and you race controlling as well. Pretty incredible on your end.
Man, what a night. What a great night. And guys, for sure, go check it out. TopItOffSauce.com, revved up flavor and heat, the official hot sauce of Fascar.
All right, that'll do it from us in the booth tonight. We appreciate you joining us out at Nashville Super Speedway. Y'all have a good evening.